Hello everybody and welcome to Essentials Plays Aurora 4X. So, last episode I was struggling a little bit with the shutting off of the civilian screen and everything like that. And I did find it, but I kind of forgot. Oh right, it's right here in contacts. And there's a button to hide the civilian ship names because they were literally cluttering my screen too much, in my opinion at least. So just maybe if you have the same problem, that could be a nice tip. And for the rest, we are continuing on the schedule we had before. Our freighters are on their way to Mars because they are trying to deliver some terraforming components so we can start terraforming Mars. And you can see they have 0.6 terraforming installations in their cargo hold. Because terraforming installations are quite big and every freighter can carry 0.2 of them. And let's see how far our civilians are with sending ships to Mars. Alright, they take it from Luna, which is still having a lot of infrastructure, and sending it to Mars. Great. And yeah, we'll just continue. We are still in a mineral shortage because we are producing quite a lot of research labs, and we're producing more of them than we can actually provide minerals for. In the meantime, we're also building a new Lexington class freighter, and we are adding an extra slipway to the deal steel surfaces so we can push out more of those freighters. Probably they will be refitted as soon as we get better engine technology, but for now this is fine. Alright, just let us continue with a 30-day increments and see what we can achieve in this session. Alright, we should have some terraforming infrastructure on Mars now. Yeah, we have 1.2 installations on Mars, so we can start doing something about it. As you can see, there is a nitrogen carbon dioxide atmosphere already present, but it's really thin. In total it's just 0.01 atmosphere. So what we're going to do is we're going to add oxygen to a 0.1. Oxygen, add gas, save. It will add very slowly right now, but the more terraforming installations we get on the surface, the faster it will go. And I think that the base temperature of Mars is actually higher than we had on the Moon, because this is -48, and I believe we started on the Moon with something like -57, 53, around there. So I think we will get it a little bit easier. Did we already assign a governor to Mars? Let me check. Yeah, we already have a governor on Mars, and it is a terraforming expert. He knows a lot about terraforming. He doesn't care about anything. He does follow orders without question, we like that, but he doesn't really care that much. Good. And how's our staff officers? How are they doing? We don't have any. Ah, yeah, we do. Yeah, we still have everybody filled in their job, so that's good. Alright. And we have one inactive research lab on New Earth. So let's take a look at that. And we are still in the process of filling most of our scientists with at least a research job. And the next in the queue is Milton Gason, and he's a sensor and fire control guy. And what do we want for sensor and fire control at the moment? I think the best thing for us is some better fire control for our beam weapons, because the gauss cannons that we use are beam weapons. The lasers that we probably will be using are beam weapons. So yeah, I think beam weapons fire control range would be a good upgrade. Let's create that. And now we don't have any available anymore. So we increase our speed again. It's a shame that because of the mineral shortage we can't go for auto turns until something really interesting pops up. Because there's not much we can do against the mineral shortage right now except for building literally more mines. So there was a big officer shuffle, some scientists had to retire, and the Lexington has been built. So there are 2 Lexingtons actually here. Interesting. Yeah, I want them to go to the Lexingtons are not at this location, so I can't put them there. Yeah, I want them to go and join the Lexington freighter task group. So let's go to task groups, the freighter task group, join. Lexington 4 will join. This is an empty task group, we can delete that because I accidentally did it twice. And the Lexington 5 will also go to the freighter task group and join. So he should now be, yeah, they have now completed their orders, and the freighter task group now consists of 5 ships. They are already on their 55th month of space travel, and they can only do 120. So, well, actually, they're not even halfway there yet, so that's fine. And we now have 5 ships. That means they can carry 1 terraforming installation per trip they are making, and that's quite good. And we have an inactive lab, so let's assign somebody new. Once again, it's a sensor and fire control guy. Do we have anything else that we really want out of here? Yeah, thermal sensor sensitivity can be quite useful. They will be able to detect ships' engine output and can be passive, and that way we will be able to detect them without them ever knowing that we're actually there, and that can be quite useful. At least I think that can be quite useful. Crew of SX002 has been rested, but we're not using the SX002 class anymore. This is the 1, this is the 2. Yeah, they are at the moment not necessary anymore because we have surveyed everything in our solar system, but once we actually go expand beyond our solar system, they will be useful. Alright, do we have labs available? I don't think so. How is our mineral shortage going? Really bad. Yeah, I would like if the moon could send us some more, but we need some production for that. What do we need actually to build mines? Corundium. Do we have corundium? No, we don't have corundium, do we? No, we don't have corundium on the moon. And how about automated mines? Yeah, it's just more corundium. Fine. What do we have on Mars? Is this corundium? Yeah, we have corundium, but we don't have uranium. So unfortunately we can't kickstart a mining economy over here. If only we had uranium on Mars as well. Wow, Mars is already pretty good, so I wouldn't complain about it. But how is our environmental stuff going? There's some oxygen in the atmosphere already. That's going quite well, and they have 6 terraforming installations. The interstellar company is scrapping some ships. How are they doing? Yeah, they're doing fine, I guess. Hopefully selling stuff across the universe. Well, our known universe, which is quite small at the moment. We have another research lab available, and our next in line to get a job is a missiles and kinetic specialist. What do we want for you? So, do we want to train up some missile skills, or do we just go for better gauss cannons at the moment? I think we just go for better gauss cannons at the moment, and we want a higher rate of fire. Did I add the right person to this job actually? No, I did not. I need this person to do the gas cannon rate of fire. Yes. Yes, now it's the right person. Would be really a shame if I put the wrong person on that job. They would be so inefficient at it. And we have another research lab. The research lab are coming in quite quickly. And this time we have an energy weapon expert. So I'm going to let you... Oh, she finished some research apparently. Didn't she? Yeah, research complete. She was the infrared laser developer. Alright. So you finished your infrared laser. Now the next technology in that tree will be the visible light laser, but that's 2000 research points and we have a lot of things to research which are cheaper. So let's start with the 10 centimeter laser focal size. So we can actually start building some normal lasers if we want to. Alright. And just keep on going. And we have another inactive lab. Next up is a sensor and fire control person. We have already many of those, but we can actually do some electronic hardening. That means if people start using electronic weaponry, like a microwave beam, our equipment has a lower chance to actually malfunction. And that's pretty good. I like it when my equipment doesn't malfunction. Alright. And we should have a lab finished right now. Yeah, we have another lab. Oh, and the freighter task group failed to load terraforming installations on New Earth. So New Earth shouldn't have any terraforming installations anymore. Is that correct? I don't see any. Yeah, it seems correct. Good. First, let's do the research. And we will go to energy weapons, because that's next in the list. And we will learn about meson focal size. Create. Yes, please. Thank you. Now, Luna, you probably have some terraforming installations. Yeah, you have 37 of those. So the task group will now be move to Earth, refuel, move to Luna, load terraforming installations on Luna, move to Mars, unload the terraforming installations, oh wait, we already have that in, and then we'll move back to Earth and refuel. I don't really have to go refuel on Earth the whole time, but I think it would be wise. So we assigned the lab, and let's go. And did we finish a project? Yes. Alpha shields are done. So the first shield technology has been developed. We can go for beta shields, but we want to have the shield regeneration rate up. Create, yes. And let's go to Mars. And well, you're 25% already on the way of the oxygen that we want in the atmosphere, so that's quite good. And we'll only go faster. Ah, a slipway has been added to deal steel surfaces, and we have another research lab available. Another defensive system person, and you will start working. Let's reduce our thermal thermal signature reduction. This will make them more difficult to spot by alien thermal sensors. And since we have 2 slipways now on the deal steel surfaces, let's add 2 Lexington class ships. It's funny because when you see this move, it's because Earth was here and now they are actually here. So in the time that, like this, that I moved forward, they moved about 55 million kilometers. By the way, you can get this handy dragging tool thingy for measuring how fast things are and at what angle by simply holding the shift key on your keyboard, left click and drag. It can be a really nifty trick to just measure. Okay, I need to go from Earth, alright, and then go to Mars, which is now 374 million kilometers more or less. Alright, and then their most far away position, I can see it is 380 more or less. So I need to make sure that my ship's going to go at least 380 times 2, or they will run out of fuel. These kinds of things can be quite useful, because every ship design has also listed their maximum range. So if we go to the Lexington class, we can see the range is 48 billion kilometers. More than enough, but still right now we don't really use that much, and it probably would have been better because I keep refueling them every time, which I really don't have to because their deployment time is almost as long as their fuel limit is, and they would go a bit faster if I didn't put it in. Some scientist has increased research bonus. I don't think it shows where she's specialized in. Nah, it doesn't, but I'm still happy she increased her skills. And that's why we are assigning so many research labs to so many people. We just want them to improve their skills. People will die eventually, and we would want to have good replacements as well. So we don't want to focus it on a couple of scientists. We want to spread it out. That said, these 0% skill guys, they're probably not gonna get any action. And even these 5% skill guys, well, maybe, because 5 times 4 is still 20% bonus, but 10% is kind of where I draw the line normally. So we have a power and propulsion guy, and I want to research the more maximum engine power, so we can eventually get more bang out of the same engine just for the cost of some extra fuel. And I'm willing to pay that. And it's also funny that the freighter now has a path leading more or less like this. Even though he needs to go like here. That's where Mars is. Can't really see it well right now. And if I do in 5-day ticks, his course will be able to correct for Mars's orbit slowly, but if I do 30-day tick, he will arrive around here. Well, he went from here. It's more efficient, I think, to actually go with the 5-day ticks, because I think they will kind of I don't think they take the trajectory of Mars in account, but I'm not completely sure on that. It's kind of what I've seen a couple of times with the ships moving around, that I start to doubt if they actually keep the trajectory of a planet in consideration. Words can sometimes be really difficult. We're 50% done with the oxygen in the atmosphere, and we have some inactive research labs and some extra ships. Alright, let's start with the research lab. That's the wrong tab. This is the one I want. Yeah. This guy can still be assigned missile and kinetic weapons, and we will improve Gauss cannons with him. Gauss cannons are our main source of weaponry at the moment. Very famous scientists in our establishment are promoting the Gauss cannon technology, and we are so far not unimpressed by them. We are happy to say that at this point our gas cannons keep our population safe, and no alien race so far has been able to withstand our gas cannons. That being said, they're not really tested against an alien race, but that shouldn't be a problem. So far they have a perfect track record. So the Lexington 6 and 7 are also joining the fleet, and I think that will be enough of the Lexington class for the moment. They're quite useful, but I don't think they need to be that much. What the hell is this? These blue stripes? The Lexington class don't need to be that much taken care of. I have no idea. Is it a ship? I really don't know. Let's go with a 5-day increment. Oh, no. I really don't know. This is too big a screen for me to view quickly, because the officer reassignments, yeah, there's a civilian mining colony that's being increased in size. Nothing else. I really don't know what these blue blobs are. And they're gone. Ah, I have no idea. So, now we have an extra research lab, and luckily Prince Janity, that's probably why we have one. Prince Janity, you can get a new assignment. So, last time we did the troop transport bay, and now we want to have the construction brigade, just for the reason I explained last time. If we're going to fabricate a planetary defense center on Earth, New Earth, but want to place it on, for example, Mars, we need to be able to fabricate it over there. And since we don't have industry there, and I don't really want to ship industry over there at the moment, we can do this. So let's go another 30-day increments. So do we have somebody right now? Alright, this is pretty much where I say stop. The rest of our scientists are not useful, or just not skilled enough that I actually want to raise one of our precious research labs on them. So, what research do we want the most? I think at the moment our mining rate is the most important one. Once the mining problems have been solved, our research labs will be able to pop out much faster. Because how much do a construction factory cost in uranium? Yeah, only 60. It's not that much. Well, they are a lot cheaper though. In total, the for build point cost versus the uranium, both cost exactly the same. The research lab and the construction factory. For every point of the uranium, they have 2 build costs. So that's not even a consideration here. Yeah, and we can continue our struggle. But of course, we are quite happy, because as more time ticks by, Mars is becoming more hospitable for human life. And there's quite some human life on Mars actually. And they still don't have any protection level request, and Luna actually has a really low request. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because the planetary sustainability is this factor, but normally I really have seen Luna with outrageous demands for security. Like our capital, I understand. They don't really. Well, actually, they have a low request as well. Weird. I wonder if I screwed up something while setting up the game. Because normally for New Earth I would imagine something like 400. I'm not sure. So how is our terraforming is going with quite rate at the moment. But like 0.06 is nothing to sneeze at. Per year, of course, that's a little bit worse, but and the oxygen level is almost at the 0.1 threshold that we would like to have. We can actually watch it in real time, kind of. Go to Mars and the environment. Yeah, only a couple more days before we are actually at the level that we want. 97, 98, 99.5. We have an inactive research lab on Earth. So yes, you will be assigned here. Go to the environment, back to Mars. One more day. Alright, now we will start adding safe greenhouse gases till about 0.8. There are already some greenhouse pressure available, and we don't need that much, but mainly what we need to do is drop the oxygen level in the atmosphere. It has to be below 30%. And at the moment it drops by 4% per 30-day tick. So that's going quite well. And apparently there are no terraforming installations on the moon, and no more on Earth either. Interesting. So the mining rate on the moon and on Earth is actually equal. So shipping more mines from Earth to the moon doesn't really make sense at the moment. We don't really gain extra uranium production with that. So it's not really useful. We don't want to buy more terraforming installations right now. We don't need them. So the freighter task group will be inactive for the moment while we are terraforming Mars. So this is pretty much the highest rate that we will have for terraforming at the moment, and it's the only job on Mars as well. We are employing almost 15 million people out of the 37 million that are living there. I missed a research apparently being done, because we have quite some research labs available. 7 in total. So let's close this out and let's see. Shield regeneration rate has been done, and focal laser is also being done, and apparently some research labs have been constructed. So what do we want? Or has the mining rate also been done? Or maybe she was forced to retire. Yeah, I think that's what happened. She was forced to retire, and that's really bad because we want to have that on a high priority. Well, first let's go to the defense systems and assign one lab to her. And what do we want? How about some beta shields? Better shields is more protection. Then for the energy weapons, let's put the microwave. We don't really need microwave. The Mason focusing technology would be nice. Energy weapons. 1. Create. Yes. And logistics. Yeah, I think we would like some really large fuel storage as well. If we ever build a carrier which will carry our fighters, then it would be really nice to have a really big fuel storage. Now, what we need is a construction and production person with the highest bonus. I saw somebody with 25 bonus already, and that's the highest. So both of them will go back to the queue, and we're gonna shuffle them a little bit. So Jessica Stokely, you will start improving the research rate with 1 lab, and then Eldon Matsumura, you will improve our mining rate with 5 labs. Great. Let's go back to Mars, because I kinda like watching the terraforming process. If I put it like this, I can also keep tab on what is happening down here. An active lab on Earth. Still is a year away before mining production is actually ramping up. It's far, but we'll have to do with it. Alright, it's already at 59%. And you can see the temperature is already rising as well. We haven't had any ice caps that are melting on Mars yet. Due to increasing temperature, the ice sheets on Mars has melted, increasing the albedo from 1 to 1.5, and this increased our temperature as well. And a team on Earth has completed research in the active gravitation sensor. So let's go to Earth, and we have 2 research labs available right now. One of them will be sent to the sensor and fire control, and that's gonna be a better active gravity sensor. And the second one will be for the mining production. Alright, let's go back to Mars. Just a little bit more. The temperature is almost good as well. And when the oxygen then drops to 30%, the terraforming will be completely done. The big officer shuffle happened, officer promotions, some better people. It says exceptional news, so let's check what is so exceptional about it. Exceptional new officer. Why are you so exceptional? Because you have a really high initiative and a really high crew training rating. It's not for now yet, but if you can stick around, that would be useful maybe. Come on Mars, be done faster. We have finished our research into the meson focal size as well. So, energy weapons. What do we want now? Probably the turret tracking speed. If we're gonna place things on turrets, for example, some meson lasers as anti-missile and anti-fighter barrages, that could be quite useful to actually have it on a turret. And we are still increasing our mining output research by placing more labs in her care. And in total we have now 25 labs. That's 20 more than what we started with. And I'm quite happy with that actually. Research is key in these kinds of games, and we have been lacking on it quite a lot in the past few, well, years it's already. Yeah, it's been a long time since the war on Earth started and ended. And this is probably bad because, oh no, the research into mining actually ended. I was almost afraid that she was also injured. So our mining output is increased once again, but our uranium deposits on Earth are decreasing, and therefore our accessibility is also decreasing. And we're running out of mercasium as well, which is important because that's what we construct our research labs of. That being said, maybe it is time to ship more of the mines to Luna. We have a Mars driver that is capable of sending 10,000 tons per year. I don't think we're even close to 10,000 tons per year, are we now? Our stockpile is 0. Our mercasium output on the moon is a lot higher. So maybe we should send more mines to the moon. But we have so much available workers here. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna make this a destination for colonists again. They're still shipping supplies from the moon to Mars. Mars doesn't need them anymore soon. So I'm gonna cancel that job as well. I want to cancel this contract. And here as well. And they will still ship some infrastructure to Mars because they should have demand for it. Yeah, they have an annual shortfall of 2,254 infrastructure. So they will request some infrastructure from the civilian economy already. I'm gonna keep off at the moment from putting more mines on the moon, but that might be something important for near future. Right, we of course have a lot of research labs that I have not assigned. Construction and production. I want the asteroid module, and you can put how many? 9 guys of 9 labs on the task. That's probably not wise. Let's put 1 on it. And King Philby, you're gonna give me some better EM sensor sensitivity. King Philby, 1. Go. Yes. So, what is the most important technology that we are producing right now? Some composite armor. It sounds pretty good. Yeah. Otherwise, some higher research rate sounds strong. Or yeah, I guess that's gas-cooled fast reactor technology is also important. But the composite armor is quite important and will be done quite quickly now, which is also important. Just a little bit more before I end this episode. We're going a little bit over time, but that's fine, I think. Maybe just seeing Mars being done will be enough. I don't think that will take too long. So we're gonna finish these research assignments and then I'm gonna call it quits for this episode. Wait, what? The supply of neutronium on Earth has been exhausted. So the first mineral on Earth is already exhausted. And the next one will be mercasium and tritanium at the moment. So in about 10 years from now, a lot of the researches will be depleted from Earth. And by then, I think we will start shipping some to the moon. So we have some research that can be done. And let's increase the strength of our planetary sensor. Increase the sensor strength of each deep space tracking station and population has a sensor strength equal to the planetary sensor strength times the number of tracking stations. We have 1 deep space tracking station and we can increase that. That sounds interesting. But we want max tracking time bonus versus missiles as well. That means we will be able to easier hit missiles, and fire control speed rating is also quite important. I think this is even more important. So let's put that in first. Yes. And then you did the increase of the engine power modifier, and let's increase that even further. Alright, and then we have 1 lab that we can give to the armor lady. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Next episode we'll be able to see Mars finally completely planetary suitable to us, because the oxygen will drop and the temperature is actually already in a perfect state. And then we will start looking at new objectives for our council. Do you have any suggestions? Please leave a comment below and tell me what you would like to see, and I will try to take that in consideration. Do be advised that we probably have 1 or 2 episodes delay because I tend to record at the moment 2 episodes back to back. So it can be that I don't see your comment yet, but I will try to do my best to delay it as much as possible to let your comments sink in as well and show me the way. Where do you want to go? And if you can make it in a roleplay style, I'll be even more happy. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.